Hey, hey, happy Tuesday. Super Bowl. Let's talk about Super Bowl. That was good. It's good. Proud of those Patriots. They came a long way. And, Coach Verabel, love him. He's a very humble guy. I really enjoyed watching the Patriots this year. They lost, but, who cares? We're all winners, right? Congratulations to the Seahawks and the Seahawk fans out there. Good job. Grace, let's talk about Grace for a few seconds. Just a few seconds because, I'm exhausted. So we took her back to the doctors yesterday, and lo and behold, her white blood count is high. Hello. Perhaps they should have done blood work on Saturday. But, I guess they still can't. I don't think they can give her antibiotics because you have to, they used to proactively give antibiotics, and I guess in the medical field they don't do that anymore because you have to be, or maybe it's the science behind it. They want to make sure that they're giving it for a reason, like a specific diagnosis. So we took her in. She had a little bit of a fever yesterday. I don't think we're using a temporal thermometer, and I don't think it's the best for our readings. You can tell by her body, her body heat, it comes out. You can tell when she has a fever. So I'm not sure if they'll call today with an antibiotic, but you know what? I'm going to send her to school today. She had a great night. We have someone that comes over to help put her to bed, and she was great. I mean, she was happy. She was laughing. She was smiling. And I think the best thing for her right now is really to jump back into routine and to get back to school. Last week, no, absolutely not. She could not have gone to school. And she gets very dehydrated. I think I really need to just have a chit-chat with those that are going to be with her, especially in school vacation next week, that they have to give her water. Grace she does eat by mouth and she drinks a little bit by mouth, but her main nutrition comes from her G-tube. And just like adults, I know how I feel when I don't drink enough water. We all do, right? Especially those, not sidebar, especially those on a GLP-1, water is almost key, right? So, they have to give her water through the G-tube every couple of hours, even every hour and a half. So I really have to have a chit-chat with, both the women that are going to take care of her next week. And, really just put it there that this is really important. Just like you drink water, she has to have water. So regardless, she's going to go to school today, and I just pray, please send happy thoughts that she lasts the day, that, she has a good day. I'm sure I'll touch base with them throughout the day. So I'm going into work now, and I'm hoping to last till 2 myself. I have an appointment at 2:30, so I have to leave earlier, and then I'll just make it up the rest of the week. It's kind of funny. I've kind of said this a couple of times, but my phone thing here is crooked. Since my raise, I think I worked 1 week of a full 40 hours. But when you make it a little bit more per hour, then if it's not my bosses are very flexible. If they know that Grace has been sick, so it's not like it's a reoccurring habit that I leave early, but I also stay late when I can. So it's not a big deal. It works out. Last week I think I had 39 hours. I could put in like an hour sick time, but 39 hours, like, that's fine, whatever. I'd rather leave like the sick vacation time for when I'm, have to take a day off here or there, or, we go visit Nona probably for Easter. I'd rather take it there. So, I just pray that she lasts the day, and it has been, I was kind of in tears again yesterday because some of her urine came back, with high protein and sugar in her urine. And that's actually happened before in 2016, so it's been like 10 years ago. But it could just be her kidney function when she is dehydrated and fever, that it could spill over a little bit. So I'm not going to get too concerned about it. I think after they got that result, they were concerned, but then they did the glucose, by by blood, and it was 99, which is fine. So they're not too worried about it. And I just saw the results this morning, like overall, and it looks good. I mean, other than, again, her white blood count was high, which indicates an infection. And we all know that it's an infection because that's what we've been saying. So, okay, regardless, you know what? She's back. I mean, just pray that today's the day she just has a good day at school. She loves school, and I just, do anything for her, We do anything for our children, period. It doesn't have to be a child with a disability, So, okay. There was one other thing that I wanted to ramble about, and I think I forgot what it is. So, hey, GLP-1, just really quick. So, I've lost 4 pounds in the last week. I'm on the compound tirzepatide, and I'm not crazy counting I am using MyFitnessPal Monday through Friday, tracking what I'm eating. I'm conscious of eating more protein, trying anyways, and made the 2-ingredient Japanese cheesecake with the yogurt, and I actually had that for dinner last night because I didn't have lunch yesterday, and I was really hungry, and we stopped and got an appetizer from a restaurant, and I had some of that when I got home, and then I wasn't hungry, of course, so I just had yogurt for a late dinner. And I actually went to bed. I just laid in bed, looked at my phone, watched some YouTube, at 7:30, and fell asleep early. It's just still caught up on my minutes and such, and doing that side hustle. But now that I use NoteGPT to help write the minutes, I'd rather not watch the meeting live. Sometimes a live meeting can go 3 hours. I do not have patience for that. If you know me, you know I do not have patience. I always say if I was meant to have patience, God would have made me a doctor. All right, love you guys. Thanks for listening. Cassie Roll, thanks for being here and watching and always commenting. And please subscribe, and let me know how your life is going. These are just rambles, just my everyday rambles. Nothing, I don't have anything over anybody else. I'm just here to share my woes and appreciate the listening ears. Take care. Bye.